YouTube. We have a very interesting video here today. So, insane woman rages at her boyfriend in the airport. I'm not gonna lie, I saw like a tiny little bit of this, not the video, but like it was going viral. I saw a little bit of it, but when I saw it, I wasn't even like trying to understand what she was saying because she was just screaming. And as soon as I heard her screaming, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just click off the clip because I don't like people screaming, shouting, and I wasn't recording, you know? So I didn't feel like I needed to really sit there and, you know, watch the whole clip. But we're gonna watch it now. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. We're gonna talk about it. Because there's one thing to choose somebody out, even if it's not your partner, it's one thing to choose somebody out, whether it's your partner, whether it's your best friend, whatever, privately. And it's another thing to do it publicly, especially at the airport. So we're gonna jump right into it. So she's already calling him a loser and she hate him. And yet she's with him. I don't understand that. How do you hate and call your partner a loser and yet you're with them? What does that make you, ma'am? Like, you're calling your partner a loser even though y'all live together, even though y'all do things together. What does that make you, ma'am? Wouldn't that make you a loser as well? You basically calling yourself a loser at the same time. Like, y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that.
There's a pretty popular saying I've heard often, which says that you don't really know someone until you travel with them. You know, which sounds a little extreme, but it does make some sense. Tensions can be high, flights have to be caught, you're with them 24/7, and you gotta stay on schedule, so people's characters are revealed. And today we're gonna be taking a look at a video which may have revealed the true psychotic nature of somebody's girlfriend who absolutely lost her mind and had a full-blown temper tantrum, verbally abusing the guy in front of everyone at an airport. You already know I love a nice and juicy public freakout, so I just couldn't ignore this insane meltdown. So without further ado,
especially imagine,
and let's take a look.
Like, especially imagine how he's feeling. Like, it may be funny to y'all, but she's the one chewing him out. Imagine how he must be feeling knowing that he's publicly getting chewed out. And we don't even know if you really deserve it or not. Look. Like, okay, so she's upset that he made them rush to the airport and they like missed the flight. Like, he had them rush and they missed the flight. So now she's upset that they missed the flight. I don't know if she would have been upset if they made that flight, but she's definitely upset that they missed it and that they were rushing.
Like, literally because of you. You are the rudest, most retarded person I've ever met in my life. And you can't even have accountability ever.
See, like, if it was his fault that y'all had to rush to the airport, just say that. Like, hear what she's actually saying to him just because they missed the flight. I'm sure there was a reason he was rushing. He probably paid for it and didn't want that money to go to waste, of course. You know, because that money is going to waste now because they missed the flight.
Like, literally because of you. You are the rudest, most retarded person I've ever met in my life.
Like, who says stuff like that to their partner, though? Like, I mean, you shouldn't say that to anybody but your partner, though. Yo, partner, I don't know. There is such thing as a toxic relationship, but all right, y'all, I'm back. What was I saying? Okay, so I was saying, like, there's no reason for you to talk to anybody like that. Even when they got you messed up at your lowest level, if you really caring about that person or you really care about that person in general, you don't go that far with your words because words may be words, but words hurt too. You feel me? Like, that's just crazy, especially to your partner, you know? Like, you're calling him the R word. What does that make you, though? You calling him the R word, and yet you're with him. Think about that. What does that make you?
And you can't even have accountability ever.
Wait. What just happened? Hold on. Let me lock back in. What did she just say?
Like, that's what I'm dead sorry about. You were just, dude, mind your business. Are you good? Hi. Like, no, fuck you. You're a fucking loser. I don't.
Okay, they may be having a private conversation, but y'all aren't in private. And yet, she's upset at people not mind their business. Now, normally, people should mind their business. If it's not your business, don't butt in. But it's kind of hard for everybody to mind their business when you're yelling at somebody in front of everybody. What? You yelling at somebody, you expect everybody around you to just be doing something else? You're in front of everybody. You're in an airport where people are passing by left, right, left. Now, some people are not going to care because they only care about their business, which is great. We need more people like that. But it is hard for every single person to mind their business when you're yelling at somebody in public very loudly. I don't know.
Robbie said, I never want to do anything you ever again. You don't know how to be escalate the situation until I get to this point. You asshole! Don't look at me either. Like, life is funny. It's funny. It's funny. I hate you. Bro, you're a weird bitch too. Like, it's not funny.
See, I'm a man, and you're not supposed to hit women in any sort of way as a man. I would have had somebody punch her in the mouth though. I ain't gonna lie. I would have had somebody punch her in the mouth. Just real quick. Just real quick. Some simple, some light. You know, she's doing a lot.
So this right here is the main protagonist of this video.
She's
a half
doing a
human,
lot.
half banshee hybrid that is possibly possessed by a demon who's verbally abusing who I can only assume to be her boyfriend for a reason that's not really clear. Maybe she woke up on the wrong side of the bed that morning. Maybe the Starbucks work.
Okay, so that seems to be the whole clip for that whole thing, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it right now. All right, y'all. As y'all saw, she was doing a lot. Why was she doing a whole lot? We have no clue. From the simple story that she gave while yelling at him, she said that, like, they missed their flight, and because, well, let me back up. They rushed, like, he rushed them to try making their flight. Why was they, like, late to their flight? Who knows? But basically, short story, they were rushing for a flight and they missed the flight. Long story short. And she was super duper pissed about it, as we just saw. She was super duper pissed about it. She was calling him the R word, saying, like, you so dumb, you so this, you so that, I never want to see you ever again after this because you're an a-hole, you're this, you're that. And it's like, for what though? Like, over a missed flight? I don't get it. I don't know. I get people could be upset at whatever they want, but you upset over a missed flight though? How was they, like, late to their flight to miss it? I don't know. It could have been on him. And even if it was on them, I mean, even if it was on him, even if it was on that guy, there's no reason to go off on him. Not publicly. Like, if you want to go off on him, take that somewhere in private. She feels wherever she wants to make her business, everybody should just let her do her thing. Which is, like, true. I mean, it's true since it's her business. People have no reason to judge what's going on or, you know, be a part of that business if you're not a part of it. But like I said during the clip, it's very hard to do that if you are screaming at your partner or anybody in front of a whole bunch of people. Like I said in the clip, some people gonna mind their business. Some people will keep walking. Other people are going, like, there are some people that will stick around and listen because you are yelling at somebody in public, embarrassing him. You embarrassing him completely, and you embarrassing yourself too. Now at this point, she don't care because she's upset, she's heated, she ready to leave him, she ready to leave the relationship. Like, and I say leave the relationship because she was saying how she never want to see him again, all that stuff. And he was trying to have her calm down, and it's cool. It's cool how he didn't escalate with her, because in reality, it could have been a whole screaming match. It could have been a whole screaming match between him and her, and that would have been something even crazier. Trust me, screaming matches are not fun. No one wants to be in a screaming match, especially not in a relationship. That ain't fun at all. So it was cool he was able to keep his composure, but it seems that he couldn't, like, keep her down. Like, he couldn't calm her down. Nothing was calming her down. And then people were recording around her. She was calling them weird. I mean, look, we live in a time of where the internet's thriving. Like, everything we doing is pretty much captured on the internet. And yet she thinks it's weird. People are pulling out their phones when you screaming at somebody at an airport publicly, and they your partner, and you call them this, you call them that. Like, you're not even being respectable about it. Like, you are speaking so out of pocket. Like, it's crazy. Like, she's speaking so out of pocket. I bet you he probably paid for that flight. Because not once did she mention it was her flight. Because if it was the flight she paid for, I'm pretty sure she'd be rushing too. But nope. He paid for that flight. And since he paid for that flight, he was like, I don't want my money to go to waste. So however they was running late, I mean, don't matter. He tried getting them there on time. It ain't work, and she got super duper pissed. Now, there's not really a whole lot much more for me to say on the matter, but I just find it crazy how some people put their business, or like, people want people to mind their business, right? But where people want people to mind their business, like, they doing it in front of people. Like, she didn't try doing what she wanted to do in, like, a private manner. She made it public, but expected people to just keep walking. She expected people to not listen into what's going on. You the loudest person in that room. Like, you are the loudest person in that hallway right now. It's super hard to ignore the words that you are saying, man. Super duper hard. Alright, I'm back, y'all. But just imagine if that was you. You was the one being chewed out. I don't think anybody that's watching this could have handled that by just not saying anything. I know I couldn't. Well, I don't even know. I would be responding. I don't know if I'd be yelling, but I would be responding. I couldn't just sit there and let, whether it's my partner, like I'm him, right? I don't care who it is. I just couldn't sit there and let anybody yell at me. Like, just straight up yelling at me, especially if I ain't doing nothing wrong. They missed their flight, but she made it sound like it was super illogical to rush to get on your flight, especially if you paid for it. Either if you paid for it or if it was a flight y'all really need to get on. Like, she made it sound unreasonable that he was trying to get them on that flight because they was running late. Like, it don't sound like y'all got bread like that. If y'all had bread like that, you would just say, you know what, I'll repay for another flight and this time be on time. Imagine if it was a flight back home too. That would really, really suck. If it was a flight back home or something, that would really suck, because then they stuck wherever they at. That could be another reason why she was super upset. But it sounded like she was upset that he made them rush just for them to miss it. That's what it sounds like she's really upset about. Because like I said, she was calling him the R word, so stupid, so dumb. She was calling him an a-hole. Like, I don't know. Someone need to get her. Because she did a lot at that airport, and She thought it was weird that people were stopping and looking and recording. Man, we live in a world of technology. Almost everything being recorded. And yet it's weird that you going insane and you think no one's gonna catch the viral clip. That clip's going viral for sure. But she think it's weird that people stopping, watching you yell at somebody that we have no context over. But I'm gonna wrap it up there, y'all. I just saw that. It was very interesting because, like I said, I saw a clip of it. I ain't watched the whole thing because it was automatically her screaming, and I didn't want to hear all that. But she was screaming at her partner at an airport publicly, and just, she was so out of pocket about it. So out of pocket. And it was one-sided. My man didn't even fight back, nothing. He just said, you know what, yup. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. Keep saying what you want to say. Obviously, he ain't look like that. He looked just super embarrassed. He had his hoodie on. He had his hoodie on the entire time. He just looked super embarrassed. He just wished all of it would end, all of that. But I hope whatever that was, I hope their relationship is not continuing. Like, there's no way you could continue the relationship after you got somebody yelling at you publicly, embarrassing you, calling you this, calling you that, and calling you that out of pocket. Now, you could say, oh, it was just one of her moments. Nah, that's more than a moment right there. Like, if that's what I got to deal with, you got to do something about it. You can't be constantly going off publicly, screaming your head off over, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing that. But that's the end of the video, y'all. That was a very interesting topic, and we might catch more of those like that. If there's more viral clips and moments of people just, I don't know, doing something crazy like that, we gonna be on that. But until then, I'll catch y'all later.
It's not in here. Y'all wasn't recording, were you? Oh, my bad.